Welcome to Slow Home Studio. Too many people live in badly designed houses, and we want to change that.
We're going to conclude the discussion of Pradeep's house in India, and instead of us doing our own design, what we thought we would do is discuss SN's really excellent work that he's been working with Pradeep over the last week.
Yeah, they've been having great conversations, and they've resolved a lot of the issues with this two-story apartment. I mean, the apartment's got a lot of square footage, but it had some basic design issues. And I think that if we look at SN's first plan, he tried to address the fact that there was no entry, because you walked right into a principal room. So he added this little space in the corridor.
The other people on the floor aren't really going to be all that happy with. There's going to be some problems with fire exits and others. Don't think that's really possible.
No, that's really not allowed. Good idea. I don't think it's allowed. The second, I think, big issue with this plan was the kitchen. In this scheme, he didn't change the kitchen much, but the scale of the kitchen here for the size of the unit, I think, is really
still too small.
It's too small, and then the dining space is literally right in the kitchen.
Right, but the big issue, the thing that I think really defined the work and the power of this scheme was what happened to the stair. Rather than having the stair go all the way across as it was in the original plan, where really it separates these two pieces by having it as a return. And I know SN went through the trouble of actually demonstrating how that actually will work geometrically. It becomes a center around which you circulate, on which the television acts as a focal point, and it really becomes the middle around which all the room circulate.
Yeah, I really think this actually saves the whole plan. I think the stair detail is the key to figuring out all the other spaces. And if we look at his second scheme, what he did do is he did change the kitchen now into an island kitchen with that side deck and an open pantry. Proportionately, this is way, way, way better. And the other thing that he did, which is starting of an idea here, where instead of walking into a living room space, you're actually walking beside what is becoming sort of a library space. You can imagine some built-in shelves and a couple chairs, and it does change the nature of the entry by doing that.
I like the way that this space is starting to work. I think it's nice with that window, a couple of chairs, and then that library space. As you mean, it really does make a difference to walk in between this space and this space rather than into the middle of another one. I also just want to point out for a second, if we shift over to the upper floor, that SN's plan really works quite well. Now we've got the separation of the bedrooms. We can still get through to our exit plan over on this other side. It's very clear, and we've also now included a master closet, walk-in closet in behind the bed.
Yeah, the hallway space was completely eliminated, which makes this much more efficient, returns the space back to the bedrooms where it should be. So this is our final scheme, and here I think we're starting to get a really good idea for the entry. We've got a piece of millwork. The door swing is against what he's showing as a curtain, but I would argue that should be more of a lattice or something, frosted glass, or some sort of a detail so that you can open the doors, so then when you walk in, the library space is actually behind you and it's partially enclosed. And I think this is starting to work really well.
However, there's one thing that if you're got eagle eyes, you will see that SN pulled a little bit of a trick over here on the side in order to make this room work, because you suddenly look and say, wow, that's really quite a nice size space.
Magical.
There used to be a terrace right here, and that wall of glass has been moved out so that the terrace has been incorporated into the living space, and then we've taken out the enclosed study and opened it up, which I think is actually a really nice idea in this. But Pradeep, you're going to have to check and make sure that it's actually possible to make that level of change, particularly in the location of the glass and the envelope, in order to make this design work.
So we're really happy with all the work that SN did, and Pradeep, thank you very much for contributing as well. And if you have a problem that you'd like John and I to look at, as well as the group, you can post your plans to our website.
See you next time.